We go back to the 17th at 4 a.m. in the morning when Gordon Hamm was pulled out of a car in horrific circumstances, severely bashed, and we know that the evidence indicates he was shot at least once, and from what we know, more than likely died there at the scene. From that point on, it became a joint investigation, with Victoria being the lead, but without the assistance of South Australian police and detectives, we wouldn't be standing here today. Today's operation probably involved around 50 to 60 members. I won't go into the number of addresses that we've done for operational reasons, but we have executed several search warrants, two which resulted in the arrests of a 29-year-old and a 35-year-old. The sad reality out of this is that we haven't recovered the body of Gordon. I've been doing homicides for a long time, and I always say that someone will know something. So my appeal is for those in the community who still have information to contact Crime Stoppers or to come forward.
What are the chances of finding his body?
Well, I think that relies on members of the community who are vigilant. I believe it will be somewhere between the Nelson Bridge there at Nelson and somewhere maybe within South Australia. I don't think it'll be that far away.
You haven't got a body yet. You must have some pretty good evidence against these guys.
I've done over 250 homicide investigations, and I've done several without a body. Yes, I am confident.
And in terms of the relationship between these accused, Trevor said before that they were known to one another. Can you explain that relationship, how they were known to one another?
They are known to each other. I don't want to go in. We're starting to go through a court process, and I don't want to prejudice any future trial.
What charges are these guys likely to face?
Both have been charged with murder. They'll appear at court this afternoon and be extradited back to Victoria.
So links to motorcycle biking gangs or anything like that at this stage?
There's a lot of rumour and speculation about that, but I don't think that's the case.
They're certainly known to you.
They're known to police, yes.
Is your understanding of how this played out on the bridge, is there a drug deal gone wrong, or what's happened there?
Well, we could speculate, and I don't want to speculate, so I think that's where it should stay. As I said, it's now going to go before the court, and that's where it should stay. There's a lot of stolen property being recovered today. There are other charges that will come out of this, but that's a matter now for South Australia.
Gordon's family, how are they doing?
We've told them in New Zealand, and as you would understand, not coping very well. And the thing is, they want to bury their loved one. So somebody in the community, you know where he is, please come forward.
Most people that you spoke to today in the raids, are they cooperating with police and investigations?
Everyone that we've spoken to has cooperated.
Is there likely to be more arrests?
It's a matter now for South Australia in relation to property offences.
Any evidence or property that's located in South Australia that's unrelated to this will be dealt with South Australian Police. And I'd certainly like to make our appeal from South Australian Police perspective to the community in Mount Gambier to come forward with any information you have. As Victorian Police have explained, that that's something the family would like to have that closure. I would like to pay acknowledgement to Victorian Police in the manner in which they've conducted this investigation. It's a little bit unique in where an offence has occurred over one side of the border, but it's pretty well entirely centred on our state. And whilst there's legislative provisions for states to cooperate with each other, it's actually about the state police forces and the communities of those states doing that themselves informally. Borders are lines on maps. It's up to us to develop those relationships. Strong ones existed with the Victoria Police and the South Australian Police for a long time, especially in this region. Nothing's changed.
Can you shed any light on what probably was seized today?
There are motor vehicles. There are other firearm-related seizures as well, and drug-related seizures. So that's a matter that we'll go through to determine if anything's involved with this investigation, or alternatively if it's South Australian investigations that can follow from this.
Are they large traffic amounts across this?
No, we shouldn't really go into at this stage the amount of seizures that have taken place until the investigations are finished.
How smoothly did this morning run? I mean, you're probably up against some interesting characters.
Well, it's been a really long week actually for all of us, but it was pretty simple to pull together because the detectives and the other investigators and people from both states know how to do this work really well, and they're magnificently supported by the local service area down here in Mount Gambier. So realistically, it was just a matter of resourcing it and pulling it together. It went really well.
Wasn't a dangerous operation at all?
There was some involvement from our star force in Adelaide, but that was more just to make sure that everything ran safely and was well cared for.
It always has an impact on the town. There's a lot of uncertainty and concern. What I would do though is just reassure the community that this was an incident between known people and at no time was the public at risk.
You shocked by it?
Oh, extremely shocked by it, yes. It wouldn't be when you have a poor innocent person murdered.